welcome back to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online, that is. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BroxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BroxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, don't forget, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, LinkedIn, and Snapchat at Rhina Valentin. The official Latino Arts and Film Festival is all about showcasing Latina and Latino filmmakers that produce, write, and direct their own films. The festival is celebrating its 5th year with this year's theme, Stereotypes End Here. Unlike many film festivals, this festival holds local preliminary semifinals film screenings in 4 different markets before making its way to California. And joining us to tell us about the festival, please welcome the official Latino Film and Arts Festival production coordinator, Adriana Hastings. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Rhina. Thank you so much for having me here. We're so excited to share again this amazing experience for everybody in the audience to come and participate in.
Well, let's start with, first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, it takes something to sustain something that is a creation that is not necessarily getting the play that it should have in the beginning. I mean, we're going to talk about its development as we continue in this segment, but I mean, just coming up with the concept itself and the motivation behind the concept is a whole topic within itself. So now that you've expanded to having this gala in California, and although the festival itself originated in New York, like let's talk about its development in the past 5 years.
Yeah. Well, Danny Hastings, the founder and creator of the official Latino Film Festival, he saw the opportunity of representing the Latino filmmakers, you know, and we started here in New York City, and it was, you know, a very small festival, but it had a lot of excitement and a lot of a lot of filmmakers showed up. So we're in the 5th year, and it's so exciting because we see now the support of sponsors and more interest of the domestic filmmakers that are creating content that is produced, written, directed by Latinx and other ethnicities that support inclusion and diversity in films in America.
So what you're saying, right, and what you're sharing is that you realize, or rather he realized, that there's a void in this particular voice, right? And it's the Latinx community, but not solely just the Latinx community, because what happens is that, you know, as a Latina, I can speak, is that there's this assumption that we automatically have to be pigeonholed into the Spanish-speaking market. And there's a whole generation that really relates to being American Latinos.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
And so how do you decide the categories, and where are you now in the submission process?
So submissions are already closed. So we are presenting the semifinals here in New York City, being that we got a huge amount of films that are being produced here in New York City. We are going to be showcasing these short films the weekend of July 7th, 8th, and 9th. And yeah, so we're excited to just invite everybody in the audience to come and support and watch films. You're going to see everything from comedies, dramas, documentaries, animation that are really supporting just the diversity and inclusion of the New York City community.
Right. And so with that being said, right, so here you have all these submissions. Now, what about the audience? Like, how are you getting these people to understand? See, because what happens is and I want to have this conversation because I want our viewers to understand the importance of supporting Latino work. Of supporting people of color work, right? But I mean, you're geared more primarily in the Latino market. However, you are also including non-Latino participants in another category. Let's talk a little bit about that before we discuss the importance of people coming and visiting and participating in on the audience side as just supporting these independent film festivals, these independent organizations that are serving as our voices.
Yeah, well, we want to invite the audience to come and support and see yourselves on screen, and also be able to form a network and a community of, if you are an actress or an actor that wants to meet filmmakers, producers, if you want to write, come and mix and meet all these people that are gathering together and really forming this great mentoring network opportunity. So in the audience participation, we do allow the audience to vote for the finals to then participate in the closing ceremony that's going to happen in California.
Okay, so when you say finals, we're saying you're considering the semifinals that are occurring here in New York as the finals of New York.
Yes, exactly.
Right, I just want to make sure I understand the language, because I know that you have semifinals happening in other parts of the country. So what are the other parts of the country?
So right now we are in LA and New York. We are working towards expanding our territory and our market to other domestic, cities that have large representation.
Like Chicago.
Of,
I'm just putting it out there right now. Like Chicago. Chicago is definitely one of those that you want to consider, right? Only because it's like you might as well just do all all aspects of North America. Right?
Yeah, and
where we dominate anyway. I think. I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not exactly clear on the statistics, but I know that we have a large population in Chicago.
We Latinos, and we are everywhere, and you could see how it's important to come and support, especially when you have large amounts of films that are being produced by Latinx. So in New York City, we're going to showcase around 60 films. We're going to create 3 days where you're going to see everything that I mentioned: documentaries, drama, comedies. We're going to break them down into blocks. Each block showcases like around 8 films. The films go from 5 to 15 minutes long. It's a great opportunity, like I said, for the audience to come and support and see themselves on screen and mingle and network and mentor each other.
All right, and so the theme itself, right? Is that how you selected these categories? Like, does the theme pertain to every category?
No. There's categories. For example, one block is all women filmmakers, and the themes go from everything to love, comedy, drama. So the theme of the film festival, Stereos End Here, is just kind of pushing forward from the past 5 years, how Danny has seen the opportunity of kind of breaking that stereotype.
Right, the stereotype,
yeah.
right? So
that not all filmmakers
are... the usual category casting scenarios for Latinos and Latinas.
Yes.
Right, so that's where the stereotype ends here. It's kind of like, it's almost like a call to action. It's like, well, you know what? We don't want to see ourselves in those roles anymore. So you... so when you say you created that as a theme, and you're saying that not every single category is related to that theme, it is though, in a way, right? Because basically everybody's in lead roles and or empowering roles.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, it's going to be a great showcase where you're going to see actresses and actors that are not your typical stereotype roles, like the maid or the janitor. You're going to see professionals. You're going to see comedians. It's just a great way to, like I said, come and network and meet producers, filmmakers that are really working towards that theme of changing that stereotype.
Right, and not only that, it goes both ways, right? Because the way this works in the industry for you guys is that while you're out there spending all this money on these like major productions, which, we all love those sci-fi and those action-packed films. However, if they see our films being supported, then guess what? We get to go and play in those big venues as well.
And the talent.
And the talent as well, because we want to be hired for those kind of roles.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, which at this point, what do they consider it? Creative casting?
Yes.
We would like that to be eliminated from the language as well. How about, yes, she's a Latina doctor.
Yeah, American Latina actress.
Right, we exist.
That's it.
Absolutely. We just need to make sure that it's showcased and that it's documented and that we are really supporting it.
Yes, so it's important to see ourselves represented out there in the industry, but mostly it's important for us to support each other, because that's how we're going to make that impact, and that's how those stereotypes are going to end, when we are truly supporting our community. And again, come out, see yourselves on screen, come and show your support, invite your friends, your family. Like I said, we are also welcoming filmmakers of other ethnicities, because we want to make sure that that the art is inclusive and diverse.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Rhina, so much for having me here.
Oh, our pleasure. Our pleasure. Wonderful work you're doing, Adriana.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Once again, you guys, the official Latino Arts and Film Festival, New York City SemiFinals is taking place July 8th through the 9th, right? And for more information, because it's a really long schedule, I highly recommend you visit officiallatino.com. That's the website, officiallatino.com. We're taking a quick break, but when we return, we'll learn about Latino classical theater. So don't go anywhere.